I'm the man now. Nobody ever gave a handout. For the stretch, talking grams loud. Cut them off, get a handout. Bro talk, what's that about?
What's going on, people? You know who it is. It's yours truly, of course, Tay Wiz, coming live and direct from the man cave as usual. For those subscribers out there that is not subscribed to my YouTube channel, hit that bell. If you're not subscribed to my Twitter page, hit that bell at TAE_WIGGS. And of course, the link to my website is down below. First and foremost, we're going to jump right into it. You had the Boston Celtics, who are 2-0 on the Cleveland Cavaliers, and the Cavaliers are down 0-2. And I was sitting back watching this game in the first quarter. What team is going to make their first blow to set a tone in this series? We know that the Boston Celtics are already up 2-0. The whole thing was, can the Cavaliers counterpunch and make their move to be down this series 2-1? As this game was unfolded, I was sitting back saying, okay, the Cavaliers gonna come out. First of all, they gotta defend, and they gotta grab rebounds. They can't complain about calls to the referees. Get back on defense and do your job. Because this Boston Celtics team is a young and hungry team, and that's therefore I knew the Boston Celtics on the road in the playoffs are 1-4. We know the Cavaliers only lost one game at home in this playoffs. That was game 1 against the Indiana Pacers. So my whole thing, LeBron James is down 0-2. He's going to tell the story that how he's been down 3-1 against the Golden State Warriors and they won a championship back in 2016. The whole ordeal was, will the other guys and his teammates, will they buy in and trying to get a win? And first and foremost, as I'm watching the first quarter, you always hear me say this through these segments. If you want to win, you gotta win the first quarter, because the first quarter dictates the second quarter. So if you win that first quarter, you know for a fact you gotta win the third quarter if you want to take home the victory, because it set the tone. Because if you win the first quarter, you can go in a little bit more relaxed, but at the same time, you still want to stay focused and you still want to be aggressive enough where you can get a comfortable lead and make the other team get out their element. So as this game was transpiring in the first quarter, I'm looking at players who had big first quarters. George Hill, can't argue that. 3 for 6 from downtown with 11 points. And one thing about George Hill, he shoots three-pointers better at home than he do on the road. He's shooting 40% at home from downtown, and on the road he shoots 28%. So it's a different, like I said, it's a different demeanor when you playing at home in front of your crowd. Because your crowd at home, they gonna rally you up. They gonna chant their stuff. Let's go Cavs. We on the road playing in Boston. They gonna say some other stuff. And when you play on the road, the fans is on you. They're not gonna let up. They gonna come with it. They gonna be loud. They're not gonna be quiet. At least at home, you hit one shot, the fans gonna cheer you on. Then guess what? It's a trickle effect. Everybody catches fire. Then I'm looking at LeBron James, what he did in the first quarter, 12 points, and he was also 2 from 2 from the 3-point line. Now I was telling one of my guys this, as we was talking about how LeBron James, I said the only way LeBron James is going to have a good night when he throw that first 3-pointer up and it goes in. I said, you know what? He did that. He hit his first 3-pointer. I said, we're going to be in a long night. I said, Boston is in some trouble now, because now LeBron James is hitting threes. He got his video going viral around the internet of him at the practice facility at the Cleveland Clinic course. I think he went 11 from 11 from downtown. I said, guess what? He hit that many threes, and he gonna come into the basketball game last night in the first quarter and hit 2 of them. So I'm looking like, okay, he's setting the tone now. The whole thing was, will the other guys be there with him on this ride? And they answered. They answered. As I go through the first quarter, as I'm watching it, the reason how Boston lost this game, the Cavaliers being more aggressive on the offensive end, making the referee blow the whistle. First and foremost, Jaylen Brown picked up 2 crazy fouls in the first quarter, which totally took him out the element of the game. So you took one of their pieces away, because now he had to play more timid on the defensive end, because anything he do on the defensive end, they're gonna blow the whistle on him. So as you're watching the game as it transpire, as I'm looking, who's gonna be the other guy that's gonna step up? We know Jason Tatum only had 6 points, and I was disappointed because Al Horford is the leader and the anchor on the team. He didn't take no shots in the first quarter. and one of your stars is not taking shots in the first quarter, especially Al Horford, because he's one of the guys that can get it going. Because if he start hitting threes and working his way inside, now it's a whole different dynamic because he can actually kick the ball to a Jaylen Brown, to a Jason Tatum, or Terry Rozier, or Marcus Morris. I didn't see none of that. We didn't see none of that. Marcus Morris, another guy who picked up two quick ones too, as well. So as the game was going by, LeBron James is picking his poison. LeBron James is like, you know what? I'm going to attack. And he was attacking. And that's what we seen tonight last night as it unfolded, as him attacking the basket. Going back to Al Horford in that first quarter, to only have 2 rebounds and 2 assists with no shots attempt. Now, I see him get the ball about 4 or 5 times in the post. He could have easily threw a hook shot up, anything, or a nice little fadeaway. He didn't do it. He hesitated and he passed back out. And a lot of some of his passes was leading to turnovers. I thought Boston was real careless with the ball last night as well. You got to take care of the ball if you want to win a game against the Cavaliers. This team is down 2-1. They're going to play hungry. As we go to the second quarter, as that game was going on, the lead was building. We know the Cavaliers in that first quarter, winning that quarter 32-17. Like I said, your first quarter going to dictate what you're going to do through the second quarter. And of course, that second quarter dictates the third. Once the Cavaliers put up 32 points on the Celtics, and the Celtics only scored 17 points, I seen the faces of some of the players. Even though it was still early, but I seen Brad Stevens. He was kind of angry that his team wasn't stepping up to the challenge. And that's not the Brad Stevens team, what they do. They step up to the challenge. They've let the Cavaliers get a lot of easy shots. They kept getting lost on screens. Kyle Korver was open for a lot of threes. And also, J.R. Smith. These guys are hitting. George Hill's finally hitting, and J.R. Smith hitting some threes. You know, J.R. Smith hasn't been doing anything in this series. So, like I said, when these guys are at home and everything is clicking, they're a well-oiled machine. The Boston Celtics in this second quarter. And as they go into halftime, I'm looking as the Cavaliers is up by 20 points. As when a team gets up by 20 points, it's kind of hard trying to deflate that lead and trying to get back into the game. If they want to make a move, they came back third quarter. Jaylen Brown picked up another foul. No, he got 3, so you got to sit him down. So you got to put in insert Marcus Smart to do other things to get that team a different look. And you know, with Jaylen Brown picking up those 3 fouls, it just changed the whole dynamic of the game. As you're looking at Jason Tatum, he had 13 points at halftime. George Hill played stellar, had a great first half. 13 points. He was also 4 from 8 from the field, but he was also 3 for 7 from the 3-point line. So I think he was being more aggressive. When George Hill is playing more aggressive like that, this team is pretty much hard to beat. And I think George Hill, too, when he's playing that aggressive, it makes the other players on the opposing team to defend him more at the top of the key. When you start making other players score, now you can make a double team on yourself and they get other players open for other shots and easy baskets toward the hole. Especially LeBron James, who ended the half, he had 19 points. He was 6 from 8 from the field, 2 steals and 2 blocks to go along with 2 rebounds. I don't know what the Celtics was thinking. They was up 2-0. I thought the dangerous part of the game, when they got into halftime, they was being down by 20. And I think this team came in to the arena. I'm talking about the Celtics right now. I think they came in with the intentions of, you know what, the Cavaliers down 0-2, they going to fold. I thought they was playing with fire because they came into the arena, they thought they had the game won before they even put up their first shot. You can't play like that. LeBron James been down this road before. He been down 0-2. He been down 3-1. And the whole ordeal was, when they was up by 20, I knew the Cavaliers pretty much had this game in the bag. The whole part was, can the Cavaliers come in that third quarter and make another move and push the league more while they was being up by 20, which they did eventually. Eventually the Cavaliers did win the game by 30 points. But like I said, that third quarter, they won the third quarter, outscored their opponent 26-22. When you're doing stuff like that, breaking the game down, and LeBron James dissecting the game, but they were still trying to take LeBron James to the left, but they were still leaving George Hill open. George Hill hit a 3 on the wing, wide open. Kyle Korver coming off screens, hitting threes. I mean, Kyle Korver was 4 for 4. He's been the most consistent player off the bench for the Cavaliers in this playoffs round, this round right here. Like you looking at as you looking at what Kyle Korver did, he was 4 for 4 from the 3 point line, didn't miss his shot, 14 points, and it's so ironic because I'm seeing people chase him off the screen. He's coming around the screen off a curl, and hitting threes, nothing but net. And the great part about being a great shooter as he is, he always square his body up towards the basket to give him that leverage for the follow through shot. Now, if he can do that all the time, as people chasing him around, he can easily set another screen and somebody else can slip out and hit a three. I thought Boston just playing a little bit too aggressive on the defensive end. And what I mean by that is playing a little bit too aggressive. They was trying to go for the steals a lot. Their defense is getting broken down easily. LeBron James is throwing over the head lobs. I feel like the Cavaliers front court was getting to the basket easier for Boston to rotate some of their big guys under the basket. So I thought it was like a lot of things was going on that I know the Boston Celtics would take care of come Game 4, which is Monday night at the Q. As you break it down that third quarter, and as the Cavaliers is going up by 20, as they was taking the lead to 26-28, I seen some of the Celtics players looked on their face like, there's no way we let them beat up on us by 20 plus points. And like I said, this team doesn't play that well on the road. Like I said, you're not sleeping in your own bed. This is not your arena. It's different things you got to do to overcome certain circumstances if you want to take this lead to be up 3-0. And I thought this team could have had a good chance being up 3-0. They picked up some silly, crazy fouls. And LeBron James and them did their thing, went to work, dissecting the defense, getting open. I see more talking on defense that I haven't seen so far in this round. They was more talkative. They was more assertive on the offensive end. They was getting their shots. They wasn't rushing anything. When they had the lead, I was saying, talking to my friend on the phone, I said, if the Cavaliers want to win this game, they got to work the clock. Do not play rush basketball, a.k.a. hero basketball. When you play hero basketball, start taking these willy-nilly crazy shots, it doesn't fall for you and the other team get back in the game. I thought the Cavaliers had a tremendous game plan coming out tonight, what they was going to do. I like the substitutions that Coach Lou had between Larry Nance and Tristan Thompson, who also played very good tonight. Larry Nance Jr. to contribute to the Cavaliers win. As the Boston Celtics go down by 30 points, 116-86. As I go through, Jason Tatum had 18 points. He played good, but the same part when you losing like that, what's unacceptable is the one rebound. All these points scored, he wasn't trying to grab a rebound. Sometimes you gotta show something other than you can score. You gotta go in and get dirty. Go grab a rebound. I didn't see him looking to grab any rebounds on the defensive end. He want to be more of a scorer, trying to conserve some energy, and I thought that was wrong because I think the Cavaliers found something tonight. Marcus Morris, the same thing. He had 9 points, 5 rebounds. He was at home, had the crowd on his side, all that yelling in Tristan Thompson's face. He played a great game, no doubt about it. But on the road, he didn't do anything. 9 points, 5 rebounds. He only scored 2 points in the second half, so he was absent. So I thought the Cavaliers played a tremendous part in that defense. Al Horford, terrible. Finished the game with 7 rebounds, 4 assists, 7 points. I know he's going to be more aggressive than that. If the Cavaliers stick to their game plan, anything is possible. Jaylen Brown, like I said, he was 3 from 8 from the field. He had 10 points, and he also had 5 fouls. So one of your main defenders picked up, like I said, 2 quick, easy fouls in the first quarter, and he picked up another one in the third quarter, which forced Brad Stevens to put other guys in, like Ojole, to get playing time, and it still didn't work out because LeBron James torched him towards the end. Terry Rozier, this guy's a star. He plays well at home. That's why he is a great, even though he's a starter right now, but playing on the road is a different beast. 13 points. He did his thing. He scored heavily in the first and second quarter. Second half, nowhere to be found. So if this team want to win, they got to play with that same enthusiasm as they did in games 1 and 2. Because now you gave the Cavaliers some momentum, and you know Marcus Smart had 7 points, 6 assists. That's pretty much what's going to be his stat line every night, pretty much. Greg Monroe had 10 points, 5 rebounds in garbage time. That doesn't count. If this Boston Celtics team come like this again Monday night and lose like that again, I'm going to say the series is over because I'm going to get an edge to Cavaliers to come out Game 4 at home on the Celtics to win this game by 12 points to beat the Boston Celtics to go back to Boston and steal the game on their floor. As I was saying before earlier today, as I was speaking to some of my friends, I was saying that the Cavaliers are going to backdoor sweep the Boston Celtics just because LeBron James. They always say, oh, he been to so many finals that he got a championship rings. So do J.R. Smith. So do Tristan Thompson. And so do Kevin Love. So they always forget about the other guys who was on this championship journey with LeBron James. So these guys been in situations as they've been down 0-2 and 3-1, and these guys help come back to win games. And the one thing I'm going to say about J.R. Smith, he had a quote saying, we can't let LeBron James play hero basketball all the time and try to save us. He said, we got to score buckets too if we want to get this win. Which I like about the Cavaliers. They had 6 different players in double figures, including LeBron James with 27 points who led the way, 5 rebounds, 12 assists. He also had 2 blocks and 2 steals. I was pretty close. I said LeBron James was going to have 29 points. I had 10 rebounds. I did give him 12 steals. I said 2 blocks and 3 steals. I pretty much called his stats almost. I like when he was 3 from 3 from the three-point line from deep, which is great. He was 8 for 10 from the free throw line, which is always good. When LeBron James is shooting almost an 80% clip from the free throw line, you could almost say that's going to be a good game, and they're going to win that game eventually. Kevin Love also played well. 4 assists, 14 rebounds, and 13 points. Now, if Kevin Love can give you that every night in this series, oh, man, it's a wrap. The Cavaliers will take care of business. Like you said, other guys got to step up besides LeBron James and Kevin Love throughout the series. And Kyle Korver been the only guy off the bench that has been most consistent. They've been only having 3 guys up this far. They've been scoring in double figures. Now you're getting 3 more guys to score in double figures to give you a total 6. You got Tristan Thompson to give you 10 points and 7 rebounds, who played great, catching oops and running on the floor, getting offensive rebounds and defensive rebounds and keeping the Celtics off the glass, which I thought he outplayed Al Horford and Aaron Bynes tonight. J.R. Smith gave you something he haven't gave you in a while too. He was 3 for 4. He was 3 for 4 from the 3-point line, giving you 5 rebounds to go 11 points. Now J.R. Smith need to play like that every night. Every night he take the floor against a team, he should always come with it. Never play 20-some odd minutes and put up 0 points. That is not good. You get one thing about J.R. Smith, because me him the same time. My birthday September 10th. His birthday September 9th. By me playing basketball, I do think about a lot of shots before I take. And some people, man, don't think about it, just shoot it. And J.R. Smith, I'll tell you the same thing, brother. Don't think about it. Shoot the rock. I do the same thing. I mean, I have a bad game, man. I think about where I'm going to shoot my shot. I said, sticking to my game for that course. Stick to the strip. Stick to the script. Get your shots up and take your shots. Because they right there available for you. He's just, some shots he throw up and he throws over some crazy shots. And they go in, but he takes some of the consistent shots that be open. He don't make them. He's one of them guys, for him to make a basket or see the ball going, he has to have a defender in his face. And every time he shot a 3-pointer or a 2-pointer tonight, it was a defender in his face, and he always make the ball. He had the goosey going. He threw up the type shoulder shrugs. When J.R. Smith was on top of his game plan like that, it's hard to beat the Cavaliers. Not only, like I said, George Hill had 13 points, and he was 3 for 9. All his points came in the first half, but he directed traffic in the second half to put the Cavaliers players in the best option for them to get baskets. Kyle Korver, like I said, 4 for 4 from downtown with 14 points. Jordan Clarkson, I thought, who needed some repetition to get it going, he had 9 points. Larry Nance Jr. had 8.6 rebounds with 3 steals. I thought that was good. We didn't see no Rodney Hood tonight. I wonder if that goes back to what he did in Toronto in garbage time. Is it coming back to haunt him now? Or Ty Lue saw something else in practice? Who knows? The reason why Boston lost this game, they got outscored by the Cavaliers bench 36-29. And also, the Boston Celtics stink from downtown. 27%. They made 6 3-pointers out of 22. The Cavaliers, on the other hand, shot 50% from downtown. 2 people on the team was 100%. LeBron James was 3 for 3. Kyle Korver was 4 for 4. The Cavaliers was 17 for 34 from downtown. Remember, not too long ago, the Cavaliers broke a lot of history from the 3-pointers in a couple of seasons ago. When you lose like that, when the bench is scoring 36 points, and also you shooting 17, for 34 from downtown, which is 50%. That's gonna get you wins. And also, circle two, the Cavaliers is 25 from 30 from the free throw line, which was great. That leads to wins. The Cavaliers took care of the business on the home court. The whole thing remains: can this Cavaliers team, can they replicate what they did in Game 3 and bring that same energy and enthusiasm to Game 4 Monday night? If they play like this and win Game 4 Monday night, I also believe the Cavaliers can go to Boston and take one at the Garden. If they win Game 4 and steal Game 5, you know LeBron James want to win Game 6 and he don't want to go back to Boston for a Game 7. So like I said, I got the Cavaliers backdoor sweeping the Boston Celtics. Y'all know who I am. I'm Tay Wiz. I'm pouring live for the Man Cave as usual. Like I said, subscribe to my website. It's down below. And to that YouTube channel. Hit that bell and that bird on my Twitter. Peace.